Hey guys! Alright, so today I wanted to share a new video with you guys. This is one I've been planning to do for some time and I just haven't got around to it, but I finally thought today would be a great day to do it. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite sites online to shop for makeup where you can find high-end makeup at a discount. And as you guys know, if you watch my channel, I do like to get a lot of my makeup either for free or really inexpensive, and I have a pretty big collection, and this is the way that I was able to grow my collection so large. I don't spend an excessive amount of money on makeup. I just am really good at finding the sales and finding the deals and getting a lot of it for free as well. So I will put a link down below for my playlist on how to get free makeup. This video is not going to be about getting free makeup, just where I find high-end makeup at a discount online. So there are several websites that I use on a regular basis. I've talked about all of these, I believe, already in videos previously, and I'll put links below for all my recent videos on these sites. But I wanted to do one video where I collectively spoke about all of them and why I like them and what I don't like about them and all of that, so that you guys can have that information as well. So the first site that I was going to talk about is Glambot. So if you are not familiar, glambot.com is a fairly new website. I think they launched about a year ago now, and they resell high-end makeup, only high-end makeup that has been slightly used. So you can also sell to them. You don't have to buy from them. You can buy or sell or do both, or however you want to do it. So they resell used makeup, and they do sanitize all the makeup first. So everything that you get is clean and usable makeup. And they sell all kinds of high-end brands. MAC is the main brand that they sell. They have the most MAC products from what I've seen. So I know they carry MAC, they carry Urban Decay. I've seen Dior and Chanel on there, as well as Inglot. I've seen Too Faced, Laura Mercier. I think they pretty much have all of the high-end brands now on their site. So it is, because it is used makeup, it is definitely one of those sites that you have to watch frequently, because you never know what they're going to get. It's kind of like shopping at a thrift store or a secondhand store. You know, it's just a kind of the luck of the draw. So you do have to watch it. And a lot of times they will have items that you can no longer find in the store, limited edition products. So if you're interested in those types of products, it's a great site to frequent for that reason. Also, they do frequently offer discount codes. So if you watch for those, you can usually get somewhere between 10 and 40% off on your first order. If you have not already ordered from them, make sure to sign up for an email account where they'll email you, anytime they do a sale or anything, because on your first order, after you sign up, they give you 40% off, and it automatically applies to your cart. So that makes for a really good deal. I did want to share with you some of the my favorite items that I've purchased from Glambot. Well, I have purchased 4 different MAC lipsticks from Glambot. They usually come without a box because these are used lipsticks, so most of the time people don't save their boxes, but this one I got lucky. I don't think the person who bought this ever even used it. The name of the color is Heroin. I love this lipstick, and it is quite obvious that it was never used. You can tell right there that it has never been even touched, and like I said, it came with the box. Retail on MAC lipsticks is $16. If you were to walk into the store and buy one, it's $16, and I paid $12.95 for each of these lipsticks. That was after a discount code, so keep that in mind. I got, I think, 20% off on that order. 20, 25. This one is Girl About Town. Again, it barely looks like it was touched, if at all. And I've used that one a couple of times already now. And then Tangerine Dream. And on the website, because they are used lips or used products, it will tell you how much of it is used and what condition the product is in. But they won't accept anything that's not in good condition. This one is called Lovelorn. So I got all of those lipsticks for $12.95. I also purchased the Inglot Freedom Palette. This is the one with the round pans. And this was brand new. It came with the box. I've been using it obviously now, but this retails for $16, and I got this for $7.75. And then I also have purchased quite a few MAC individual shadows, which most of them are in here now. Those retail for $10 each at the MAC store, and I paid between $5.75 and $6 for each one of those eyeshadows, and all of those were mostly full. Okay, so that is I've purchased quite a bit more makeup from Glambot, but those are some of my favorite deals that I've gotten. So let me tell you what I like and what I dislike about Glambot. First of all, I like that it is a good place to find discontinued items or items that you're having a hard time finding in store. So it is kind of an outlet for that, so you can look for things that you maybe missed when it was in the MAC store or at Sephora or whatever, and they don't carry it, so you can find those limited edition items there. I like that. I like that they have discount codes, but the reason I like that is also one of the things that I dislike about Glambot. Their pricing for used products is very close to retail price, their normal prices. So the prices that I just told you I got for those items, that was after whatever coupon code I used for my purchase. And I have never purchased from Glambot without using some sort of coupon code, even if it's just a $10 or 10% off. Because their prices are so close to retail, it makes it really difficult to find a good deal. So I do wait for those coupon codes to come available before I will make a purchase, because they're just everyday pricing. I don't feel like it is a good price considering you're buying used makeup. So when you're buying used makeup, you know, even if they sanitize it, you're not getting as much product as what you would get in the store. It could be slightly damaged, you know, you never know. So I feel like you should have more of a significant savings from retail prices. And I believe that the prices on the lipsticks are like $14 or $15 on their site without the discount. So to me, you're only saving a couple dollars. I would spend a couple dollars more and go buy it brand new in the MAC store. But like I said, with those discount codes, I felt like I saved enough money to make it worth it. And then again, if you're buying the limited edition types of products or products that you can no longer buy in the store and it's something that you really, really want, I would feel a little bit better about paying that close to retail because it's something you can no longer get. So it makes it a little bit more desirable, I guess. But anyway, so that's kind of my feelings about Glambot. As far as the way that they package everything and ship it to you, they do an amazing job of protecting all the makeup. I don't have anything that's that I haven't already any packages from them that I haven't already gone through, but they wrap everything really well in bubble wrap. You get it in a bubble mailer. Last time I think they put my bubble mailer inside of another bubble mailer, so they're really, really careful about making sure the makeup gets to you safely. They ship quickly. If you spend a certain amount, I believe it's $50, you get free shipping. So everything else about the site I really like. I think the site is easy to navigate, but yeah, it's just their pricing. If you, like I said, if you wait till you get a coupon code, it's definitely worth buying from them, but I would not buy from them without it. So hopefully you guys found that helpful. So that's the first site that I wanted to talk about. The second site that I want to talk about is Hotlook. Now I'm sure, or Hotlook, I'm not sure, everyone says it differently. Most of you have probably already heard about this site. It is ran by Nordstrom or Nordstrom Rack, and it is, I'll put a link below, it's spelled H-A-U-T-E, and then look. And it is a discount site. It's like comparable to like a Zulily, but basically they rotate out different brands and the sale will last, I think, 2 or 3 days. And so for example, right now I have their app because that's my favorite way to shop on Hotlook. So for example, right now, Becca Beauty is one of the sales going on. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but this is my Hotlook app. And on the top here, they have all the different sections. So it's not, they don't only sell makeup and skincare products. They sell clothing and shoes and children's clothing, men's clothing, things for your home. I've bought a dresser from them before. They have everything and it's all significantly discounted. But my favorite thing, of course, to shop for on Hotlook is the makeup. And I have bought a lot of makeup from Hotlook and I have gotten some amazing, amazing deals. So let me share with you first some of the deals that I've got from Hotlook, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the app and the website. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is this crown brush, the angle brush right here. This retails for $18 and I got it on Hotlook for $6. Also picked up this Too Faced Glamour To Go little mini palette here, which, let me open it up. It comes with these 8 individual shadows, and then also at the bottom here, when you flip this open, it has a bronzer, a blush, and a little lip gloss in the center. Now this retails for $20 and I got this for $10, so 50% off retail. Also from Hotlook, I picked up this the Balm Nude Tude palette. This retails for $28, or I found it on Amazon for $28, and I bought this for just $18 on Hotlook. I picked up this Lorac Mint Edition palette on Hotlook, and this came with a full-size gloss as well, which I no longer have, but that's what it looks like. And this, I could not find a retail value on this, but I want to say when this came out, I think it was somewhere around the $40 mark. I cannot remember. If you guys know, you can leave me a comment down below and let me know. Sometimes it's hard to look up prices for these limited edition palettes because once they're no longer available in the store, you can find them on Amazon, but usually it's an inflated price, so I didn't want to quote something that was very inflated. But anyway, so I think it was around $40 for this palette. This is the cheek and eyeshadow palette that they came out with, and I got this for just $18. I have purchased so much more from Hotlook. Those are just a few of my favorite deals that I've gotten from them. I really love this site because there's so many brands available now on Hotlook that they rotate them out. Like I said, I've seen Eve Pearl, I've seen Kevin Aucoin, I've seen Lorac, I've seen Too Faced, Balm. I've seen the Balm a lot on Hotlook, Lorac all the time. So anyways, there's just so many brands that they carry on Hotlook now. So you just have to keep an eye out for it and kind of watch the sales. Also, when you click on that beauty link, it'll tell you all the active sales, but make sure to scroll all the way to the bottom because they'll also tell you what's coming up for like the next 3 days. So I love that. I love that they have an app because it makes it easy to kind of check in and see if there's anything worth purchasing. They also offer free shipping, but you have to spend a minimum of $100 to get. The downsides of Hotlook is that it does take a little longer to get your products. It usually takes between 2 and 3 weeks for them to mail it out. And I think it's just because they wait for the sale to end and then they prepare all the shipments that, or all the orders and shipments that they got in that sale all at once and mail. It's definitely worth it when you see how much you're saving from retail. It's usually anywhere from 50 to 70% off retail, which is really hard to find for name brand products like that. And I will put a link below in case you guys are interested in signing up. You do have to sign up in order to see their deals, but you don't have to purchase anything or spend any money unless you find something that you want to buy. So that is Hotlook. Next site that I wanted to talk about is called allcosmeticswholesale.com, or ACW for short. So this one has been around for quite a long time. I don't know, at least 5 or 6 years. There's been a little bit of debate on YouTube and on the internet about whether or not ACW carries authentic products. Every product I've ever purchased from them has checked out. I did actually buy some MAC products from them recently and bring them to the MAC store, and the employees there were able to verify for me that they are authentic MAC products. So I have never personally had an issue with any of the products I've bought from them. It is a great, trustworthy site to get high-end makeup at a discount. Now, ACW sells not only high-end, but they also sell drugstore makeup, and they also frequently will have coupon codes available. By the way, if you're ever looking for a coupon code for this site or any of the other sites that I mentioned, go to retailmenot.com. I'll put a link below, and you can search for any website on the internet on Retail Me Not, and it will let you know if there are any live coupon codes available for that site. So I always check that first before I do any online shopping for anything. Way back to ACW, so let me show you some of my favorite purchases from the ACW website. Alright, so I have a couple of these cargo eyeshadows. These are the individual shadows that come in these little tin cans. The first color is called Cocoa Beach, and the second color, I love this one. This one is called Bermuda. Both of these retail, I think, for $15, and I got them for $4.50. I also picked up this MAC eyeliner, and this is the Eye Kohl liner in I Get No Kick, and its retail for this liner is $16 and I got it for $12. I also got this Urban Decay Cheek Tint, and now I couldn't find the retail on this one either. I know they don't sell these anymore. It's like a cream cheek product. A good deal because I only paid $6 for it. I imagine it was probably somewhere around $15 to $20 for this product is my guess. So yeah, I got that for just $6. So those are just a couple of my ACW products. I've done a few hauls from them, so I didn't want to talk about too many products, but I'll link those hauls for you below as well. So there's definitely some amazing deals to be found on ACW. Also, ACW as well as the Glambot also sometimes has products that are limited edition. So the thing that I love about ACW is that their pricing is much more reasonable, and this is all brand new makeup. None of this has been used. Amazing. I do not know how they are able to get their prices so low, but it is really good. They also have a clearance section, which there's always items in the clearance section. That's my favorite place to look through and see what went on sale. And a lot of times the coupon codes that you get for ACW is off the clearance prices, so you'll get an additional discount from the clearance price. I highly suggest checking out that website. It is one of my favorite ones to shop on. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to talk about, this is not a specific site, but more of like a way to shop online, and that is by shopping blog sales. So I have recently been kind of obsessed with blog sales. I actually am doing my own blog sale right now, which I'll put a link below in case you're interested in checking that out. But I have just found some amazing prices on blog sales. And again, this most of the time is used makeup. Sometimes people purchase things and try it once or twice and it just doesn't work for them. So rather than throwing it away and wasting all that product, this is a great way for people who would be interested in the product to get it at a significant savings. Let me show you first some of my awesome prices that I got on some blog sales recently, and then I'll talk to you a little bit more about how to find them. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to share with you is this palette from Urban Decay. This is the Shadow Box palette. It looked like she only tested a couple of the shadows in here. It basically looks brand new. It didn't come with the product here. I don't know what was in there, an eyeliner or something, but that's okay. I wouldn't have used it anyways, but all the shadows are in great condition, and the palette itself is in really good condition. And the retail for this, I couldn't find the retail because this one's no longer available, but I think it was probably $29, which is what most of their small palettes run for, and I got it for just $10. So also got this Lime Crime lipstick, and this is in the color Contessa. It's a fluorescent one. This one looks like she maybe used it like once or twice. And this I only paid $12 for. The retail on these are $18. I got a bunch of MAC lipsticks, and I paid $12 each for these. Again, the MAC lipsticks are $16. The first one I got is called Pure Decoration. Got this one, which is called Quite Cute. It's a limited edition MAC lipstick in the color Pet Me Please. Is another limited edition in the color Mangrove. And last thing I wanted to share with you guys is this Cargo lipstick, which I got in the color Dubai. It's a nice dark nude color. Is a retail of $22 and I paid $5 for it. So that's just some of the deals that I've gotten recently from blog sales, and it's definitely hit or miss. There's certain blog sales that are better than others for sure, but it's a great place to find really good makeup. And again, you can find those limited edition makeup items as well on blog sales. So the easiest way to find blog sales is do a search on YouTube. YouTubers that do blog sales will post a quick video letting their viewers know that they're doing a blog sale. So that's a great resource for finding them. And I just type in blog sale 2014 so I can get the current ones. Also, you can just do a search on the internet, or you can look through Facebook. Facebook has, like, I think they just call them yard sales, but essentially it's like a blog sale as well. So yeah, that's a great place to look. Another great resource for finding makeup online at a discount. Okay, so the last site that I wanted to talk about, I did save it for last for a reason. It is called Tophatter, and it's also got an app for it, so you can download the app if you're interested, which that is how I use this site as well, as through their app. The thing about Tophatter, which I'm just gonna get out of the way at the beginning for you guys, the thing that I don't like about Tophatter, it is kind of like it's a live auction site. So it's similar to an eBay, but it moves much quicker. It's because it's all happening live, you have to be on the site when you place your bid, and as soon as the bidding stops, they close the auction and whoever's the highest bidder wins. So it can last anywhere from, 30 seconds up to 5 minutes, depending on how many bids they're getting and how long it continues to go on. So the thing that I don't like about Tophatter is that if you're in an auction room where there are a lot of bidders, it can hike the price up significantly. And I've seen a lot of products going for retail or over retail, even significantly over retail, because people get excited and get caught up in the bidding and aren't really knowledgeable about the product and don't really know how much it costs. So I see that happen way too much. So it does make it a little bit difficult to find a good deal on Tophatter. However, I will say I have found some good deals, and I'm going to show you a couple of the things that I have found. You just have to be really patient, and you have to be willing to sit back and let all the crazy people bid and get their bids out of the way, and find that one auction where there's not as much attention, and that's when you can swoop in and get a good deal. One tip for using this app, if you use the app, is when you're going into the different rooms, and let me pull up the app so I can show you. It will tell you how many people are in that auction room at the time that you're going in. And that is really helpful, because if there's a lot of people in a room, it will drive up the pricing. If you can find a room where there is not as much activity going on, you have a better chance of getting a good price. So for example, right now, I don't know if you can see that great. This room right here, which is called Top Electronics, has a little icon there with a person's head, and it says 83. That means there's 83 people in that room right now that could potentially bid on the product that's up. If you can find an auction with less than 50 people in it, that's when I will go in personally. I won't go into an auction that has more than 50 people, because I feel like it's impossible to get a good price. So you don't have as much competition, which allows you to sometimes get a better deal. So like this auction right here, it's a makeup auction. It says makeup palettes and sets. There's only 39 people in there right now. So that would be a good one to go in. But just because there's not a lot of people in there doesn't mean there's not going to be a lot of people bidding. You could still get an auction where there's only 39 people, but every single one of those 39 people is bidding, and you're still not going to get a good deal. So it does take a little bit more patience, but it's an app that I like to go in when I'm kind of bored sitting in a waiting room or something and I have nothing to do. I'll kind of go and watch them. I don't necessarily bid every time I go in there. I might just watch and see what's going on for a while, but if I see a good deal, then I'll jump in. So let me show you a couple of the deals that I have got that I feel like I did get a good deal on. The first one is this little nail polish set, and it came as a set, these 3 polishes from Essie. For that set of 3, I paid $5, including the shipping. That was my total cost, was $5. So that I feel like was a really good deal, when each one of these is about $8. Up this Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and this is a full size, and these retail for right around $20 at Ulta and Sephora, and I paid $9 including the shipping on this one, so about half retail price. So I feel like those were both really good deals. A lot of the stuff I bought off Tophatter I've gotten for really close to retail price, so but those were 2 of my favorite deals that I've gotten from them. So those are my main sites that I like to find discounted makeup, but I did want to mention a couple other sites really quickly, not in too much detail. A lot of the sites that I frequent, like Sephora and Ulta and all of those kind of mainstream retailers, you can still get good deals on those sites as well. You don't have to go to these other sites always to get a good price. The main things that you should definitely know if you're going to be shopping on Sephora or Ulta or drugstore.com or any of those other sites, number 1 is sign up for any perks programs or rewards programs that they have, because it definitely adds up. You might not save money every time you shop there, but for example with Sephora, you get a free birthday gift in your birthday month. They also will give you points every time you purchase, and it adds up at the end of the year. You get different reward certificates and bonuses and perks and free samples and all kinds of stuff. So make sure that you're participating in any rewards programs. Also, anytime that you shop online at any retailer, you should definitely go through either Ebates or shopathome.com and get your cash back, because most retailers participate in either Ebates or Shop at Home, and you get cash back from what you're purchasing, and you don't have to do anything other than first go to the Ebates site and click the link to Sephora or whatever site you're going to, and they'll automatically give you your cash back, which could be anywhere from 1% to like 15% depending on the site. So definitely always use that. And then of course the retailmenot.com, I always use that to look for any current discount codes, and that definitely adds up and helps a lot with saving money. So hopefully you guys found all these tips helpful. If you have any questions at all on any of it, please leave them below. I would be happy to answer those questions for you. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye.